Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. Take number 2, since my little pit bull got involved in the last one. Anyway, if we look at what happened yesterday, we did touch the top of the trend line. You can see the trend line was pretty much up here on the 155, and basically the level we were looking at. It's also the 61.8 Fibonacci of the previous move down. So there's two parts to this. The one part is I still suspect we are looking for a pullback, and that's what I've been waiting for. And I've got 3 levels drawn in, which we'll have a look at now. The other part of this is if you look at the bottom trend line here, take the first 2 fractals here. That is the trend line. Don't worry about this little swing low below that. It's only once we break this trend line that becomes something we need to pay attention to. So for now, there are your diagonals. Remember, we've got non-farm payrolls tomorrow. We had some of the tech stocks, Facebook, what was the other one? I think Facebook PayPal. There were a couple of big moves down. Facebook was down 17% at one stage. So that obviously impacted the market as well. Now, technically, we are still sort of, the moving averages are in a bearish setup. Oscillators grouped to the upside, which is obviously bearish or oversold. We're rejecting a level, which is a fairly strong level, and the 61.8. I would expect a bit of a pullback here. Now, the other thing to bear in mind is there are going to be a lot of people that were long up here that have just been waiting for the opportunity to get out of their positions one way or another. And that's pretty much what may very well transpire here as well. However, saying all of that, have a look at the 155 on the 3 hour. That's around here at 45.23. So this level here is critical. If we can hold this level, I suspect we're going to rally up back to 45.82 and then potentially break this trend line. But the other option is move back down to the 4500, which is down here. There's a level at 44.96. And have a look at the oscillators. We're pointing to the downside at the moment, so I suspect sideways to down probably the rest of today and possibly tomorrow as we wait to see what the Feds are going to do. So let's get down to the hour here. And you can see how we trended yesterday, sort of on that trend line, trying to get through, but basically rejecting. Whenever you see this kind of price action, you can see inside bar, engulfing bar, there's a pin bar, a bit of a range bar there, and then the acceleration down. So this could be a double top. And obviously the double top target, I'm not winning with the dogs today, but anyway, double top target is the height of the double top, which takes us down to this 4500 area. So moral of the story for me today is be cautious, be very, very careful about what's going on. Watch this level here, 45.23. If we can hold this level, there is diversions brewing on the hour. You can see there's our previous swing low. There's our current swing low. Look at the oscillators, and that is continuation diversions. So remember, 9 times out of 10, when you hit the trend line like this, the bulls want to break through it and the bears want us to reject it. So I suspect we're probably going to pull back into the 4500 area and then sort of up and down, range around going into tomorrow, which is non-farm payrolls, and then start looking at opportunity. So for me, it's really sit on hands. There may be some opportunities on the 15-minute, but if you look at the 15 minutes at the moment, everything's indicating another leg down. So this is, you see the 155, we're rejecting it, and should move down into this area. So I think 4500 is definitely the spot to watch. Oscillators here as well also indicating that we're potentially going to have another leg down. So pay attention to the 4500 area. We've got a gap up here, which is going to be a magnet. And there were some micro gaps here which I think are closed now. I don't recall. There's another one further down. So that's around about 44.39. If we get down there, then you're looking at closing this gap down here, which is around 43.70. So that would be a massive move to the downside, but may also line up with the 1 hour 155, 44.50s. No, it's not 44.50, 44.74 area, somewhere on there. So I think for me, Cautious is the right way to be. Pay attention to these levels, small position sizes. Wait for the noise to get out, because you're going to have non-farm payrolls. Then you're going to have people looking at the Amazon results. Amazon comes out tonight after the market closes. So that may sort of just swing us in the opposite direction, or continue down depending what Amazon's going to come out with. But I think some of the tech stocks were hit quite hard yesterday, and properly. I mean, there's some tech stocks down good 16-17%. So volatile, guys. The volatility is going to stay here for a bit, I think. And non-farm payrolls, we're going to see what's happening. Then we're going to try and second guess inflation, and then we're going to try second guess the Feds, and that's going to be the vicious cycle. Europe is starting to discard the virus completely. You see lots of countries sort of just opening up and just saying that they've beat it. I think it's kind of a case of just we need to live with it. We've built up enough reserves, and we've got structures in the hospitals so we can deal with it, and that's kind of what it's looking like in Europe. But in the US, we still got some issues there. Well, not just US, but some of the third world countries as well. So yeah, I'm cautious. I don't think there's much merit to be chasing longs just yet. Maybe looking at the hour, look at the oscillators here. 4,500 I think is the one that I want to pay attention to. So these two levels, 45.23 and 4,500. See price get back into that area, and if we can stay above the moving averages on the hour, then I'm really keen. Other than that, we're looking at 4,800. Sorry, on the 8 hour, we're looking at a deeper pullback, possibly down into the 44.53 area. That may materialize based on what happened with the tech stocks last night, because that was after the market closed. So Europe may respond differently. So I'm very cautious. Any pullback into these areas, I'm watching the 15-minute for 15-minute price action, and then looking for the opportunity to move to the upside. But bear in mind, on the 8 hour, we are still sort of bearish, and also we've got a grouping of the oscillator. So patience, guys, patience. And ideally, just before we close up, 44.53 is the ideal area for a nice deep pullback, oscillators to ease off, get back into a decent area where we can start looking for opportunities. Nice, beautiful, juicy level here at 44.53. So long term, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Nice deep pullback into here, and then another attempt to break this trend line. But break this trend line, I think we will. Anyway, that's kind of me for today. Sitting very quietly on the side and watching, and we'll see what transpires through the day. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.